Hey, have you ever thought about the word pride? It's a term we hear a lot, sometimes in a good way, like taking pride in your work. But Jesus talks about a different kind of pride, one that is a bit more subtle and can actually get in the way of our relationship with God. In the book of Mark, chapter 7, Jesus lists things that come from inside a person's heart and can make them unclean. And right there in the list, along with other serious stuff, is pride. So what does that mean for us? Pride, in this sense, is when we start trusting ourselves more than we trust God. It's that little voice inside that says, "I've got this. I don't need help, or I know better." It's a self-reliance that slowly pushes God out of the picture. We start leaning on our own understanding, our own strength, our own plans, instead of leaning on Him. Jesus taught that this isn't just an outward action. It begins deep within our hearts. It's an attitude, a way of seeing the world with ourselves at the center instead of God. This can show up in so many ways in our daily lives. Maybe it's being too proud to admit we made a mistake, or too proud to ask for forgiveness. Maybe it's comparing ourselves to others, thinking we're either better or worse, instead of just seeing ourselves as God sees us loved and valued. It could even be feeling like we have to earn God's love through our good deeds, instead of accepting it as a free gift. When we operate out of this kind of pride, we're essentially trying to be our own God, and that's a heavy burden to carry. But here's the beautiful part. Following Jesus is a journey of unlearning that self-reliance and learning to depend on God daily. It's about humility. Now, humility isn't about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less. It's recognizing that we are created beings, and He is the Creator. It's admitting we don't have all the answers, but we know the one who does. Humility is what opens the door to grace. When we humble ourselves and say, "God, I can't do this on my own. I need you," He rushes in with His strength, His wisdom, and His peace. Think of it like this. Pride builds a wall, but humility builds a bridge. A bridge to God, a bridge to others, and a bridge to true freedom. When we let go of our pride, we find that we don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders anymore. We can rest in Him. Through Christ, we are called to walk in a new kind of freedom from the need to prove ourselves, freedom from the fear of failure, and freedom to live a life of dependence on a God who loves us perfectly. It's a daily choice to say, "Less of me and more of you." Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more content that dives into what it means to follow Jesus today. See you next time.